There's a lot of interest in this particular question. Alex Cole-Hamilton.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Last year, the anti-social use of fireworks resulted in several convictions for mobbing and rioting in the Muirhouse area of my constituency. And as Liam Kerr mentioned, this year, a police officer was hospitalised for burns following a direct hit from a firework that was deliberately thrown at her. Year on year, we are seeing an escalation in this kind of behaviour. Does the First Minister agree that, as well as a mature discussion around the licensing of private firework use, we also need to dramatically invest funding in detached and sessional youth work in areas like Muirhouse as a means of diverting young people from this kind of activity in the first place?
First Minister.
Yes, I do. I think that is a reasonable point to make. I think there's a number of things we need to do. Firstly, to make sure that our police officers, our firefighters are properly resourced on and around occasions like bonfire night. I've already said there were I think double the number of officers normally on duty who were on duty on bonfire night, given some of the disorder we've seen previously. I also think there is a discussion to be had and probably a look required at the rules and regulations and laws around both the sale of fireworks and the permitted use of fireworks. There is, as the member will be aware, split responsibility between this Parliament and the Westminster Parliament. The Scottish Government has responsibility for legislation on the use of fireworks, but it's reserved to Westminster in terms of sale and possession of fireworks. But I will not be, in fact, I'm sure there's nobody in this chamber who hasn't had concerns raised by constituents this week about firework use. So the Scottish Government will certainly take a look at where we have powers, whether we should do any more or take any further action. But finally, the point Alex Cole-Hamilton raises about diversion, not just in this context, but more generally, is an important one. And those, I've already praised and paid tribute to our emergency service workers, but we also need to pay tribute to those who do work, youth workers who work with our young people, seeking to engage them in more productive conduct than some of the conduct we're speaking about. And that's a valid point to make.